UX design portfolio is really hard. Why? It's really hard to begin working on our portfolio. It is also really hard to get it done. It is also really challenging for us to figure out any mistake we have ever made for our UX design portfolio. So in today's video, I will be sharing the most common 6 red flags and mistakes you should avoid in your portfolio homepage and case studies. And let's get started. Homepage is really important because this is the first page every recruiter and hiring manager will see after opening up your portfolio. Don't use any design portfolio cliche if you have a bio or personal introduction at the very top section of your portfolio. So what are the portfolio cliches? Let me share some really bad example. Like, hi, I'm Minjun. I'm the UX designer who turned complicated problems into simple and elegant solutions. And the other bad example is like, hi, I'm Minjun. I'm very passionate about creating human-centered experience for our user. And last one is, I'm a UX designer or I'm a product designer who craft meaningful and delightful product for people. So with other designer, they can say exactly same thing on their portfolio. These sentences are not unique to you. These sentences become the UX portfolio cliches. You really need to take some time to think about your strengths and then translate your strengths and superpower into this top bio section. For example, I'm the UX designer, storyteller, and problem solver. The other thing is think about like how you can call out 1 to 2 product design skill sets you are really good at as your superpowers in this top section. For instance, Minjun is a UX designer focusing on consumer technology and design strategy. And the other thing you can actually do is to sympathize your work experience, like what kind of product areas and what company you have been working at. For example, I am the UX designer with deep experience in e-commerce and data organization, previously at blah blah company. The second common mistake I have ever seen for the portfolio homepage is using unclear design marks as the cover image for your portfolio project page. Don't put actual design within a device in any kind of background environment, even though the photo itself looks amazing, but it's actually really hard to call out what is your actual design. And the second bad example is you need to avoid using rotated markup as I'm showing you here. Don't let the device distract your actual design work. Again, don't use this kind of rotate markup with other unnecessary elements such as Apple Pencil, other device, and human hands. It's really hard to see your actual design works on this kind of screen. So my recommendation here is you can show your design using any device mark, but make sure that you are using the high fidelity front-facing design. So your design image can be zooming in and big enough for audience to see. For instance, you can put your design work within an iPhone screen like this one, or like this one. You can also put your design within a browser if it is a dashboard or desktop web. The other common mistake is you are showing too many irrelevant projects. What do I mean here by the irrelevance? Don't show these projects that are not relevant to UX design, product design on your homepage, such as like UX research project, graphic design project, or any art project. Because you need to remember that the first impressions really matter. You really need to make sure that when the recruiter and hiring manager come to your homepage, they really understand you are looking for the job as a UX or product designer, not UX researcher or graphic designer. My recommendation here is you really need to choose the most strong UX design project. 3 to 4 is enough. Maximum number of projects you can showcase is 6 on your homepage. You really need to be very selective. You should prioritize your work project and internship project first. Lastly, remember that showing a diversity of the design projects and product is better than showing just 4 projects or 3 projects that are pretty similar to each other. If you have shown the desktop design for other 3 projects, the last project you might need to pick up is something from the mobile app design. So let's jump into the case study to see 3 mistakes you should avoid as well. The most common mistake here is to show everything. Don't show everything, because showing everything means showing nothing. You can often see this kind of very long, scoring case study where you put everything like competitive analysis, user interview, user journey, storyboard, persona, and final design. Especially some UX design case study are very research process heavy, where you include every step of your research activity. So what you can do here is, first, giving your case study a very concise, high-level context overview to introduce your project, and then showcase a very strong problem statement. If your case study has too much text, remember that show, don't tell. Because you are the designer, you should be able to use the design and any kind of design artifact to speak to your design skill. And last thing you can do here is, if you really want to showcase your process, you can add a button with view process or view research process to link out any document PDF you have to showcase the additional process. The second mistake I often see is we are overusing the word users, but you really need to clarify who are your users. The user here could be high school student, podcast creator, warehouse associate, or any internal engineering team. So please do clarify who your users are when you are writing down this case study. The last common mistake is we are overusing the word we. We were doing these design explorations, we did this research, we did this usability testing. However, when it comes to the hiring manager and recruiter, they will have the question for you. What was your actual contribution? Do remember to highlight your contribution and using I did blah blah. You really need to highlight your responsibility. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and comment below if you have any questions about UX portfolio, or you would like to share any mistake you have ever made for your portfolio. And subscribe my channel for more content about UX design, UX portfolio, and much more. And see you next time. Bye.